Hello everyone, my name is Rupinder Singh Gill and I am here to speak about the simulation that we did for change management. In the simulation we went through four scenarios. In the different four scenarios we played the different roles. For example, in first and third scenario I played the role of Director of Product Innovation, and in second and fourth I was the CEO of the organization. So after running the simulation multiple times with the different scenarios, I have came up with the answers for the questions related to this simulation. So the very first question was what were the challenges faced by Spectrum in each of the different scenarios. So in scenario one, the challenge faced by Spectrum is as follow. There were no new Sun-class products to offer to vocal customers who increasingly express concerns about Spectrum's environmental impact. And second, there was need to bring sustainable development to differentiate Spectrum's products from other competitors. And third, at the same time, adopting the change, Spectrum has to conduct energy audits, set aggressive milestones, redesign the processes and product, analyze environmental life cycles, and they have to replace fossil fuels with renewable energy sources and petroleum based with biodegradable materials. And further moving through the scenario, the challenge was faced when the top level executives they denied of this change. That is, they disagreed with this change. And moving towards scenario two, the challenges were same as of scenario one. Just the role change from Director of Product Innovation to CEO. And now I will like to tell you about scenario 3. The challenges faced were the basic challenges were same as of scenario 1 and 2, but here there were some new challenges faced by Spectrum. So the first, sales to Big Mart contribute 30% of Spectrum's revenue, and the VP of Big Mart explained that is recommending that all of its players go through green STEM certification process. Now to meet the demand, Spectrum has to reduce its dependence on petroleum-based products, and they have a new quantitative target and deadline to meet this time. This was not the end. Another challenge was to respond within 3 months with a detailed implementation plan on how Spectrum is going to reduce its manufacturing dependence on petroleum. When the change plan was suggested, the Spectrum faced challenge when some top-level executives like Paul D'Arcy and Luke Filler cut off the suggestion. Now, the last scenario, the challenges were same as of scenario 3, except here one more executive, Louis Archie, stated that dramatic shift to focus on sustaining may be premature at this time. Now, I would like to answer the second question, the lessons learned from this scenario. So, for performing the simulation with different scenarios, came to know that with different roles in the organization, the power and influence varies, and the power and influence varies. Everyone, when intervening or convening change, everyone to adopt the certain change, starting with first and third scenarios, where I played the role of Director of Product Innovation. Being a middle level manager in the organization, convincing everyone was quite hard until I got support from the top level executives and the CEO. It's important to pull levers like getting consultant support, conducting private interviews, holding town hall meetings, etc. Now, when performing the simulation, being the CEO of the organization, the power and influence seems to be quite high. If we maintain the credibility throughout the simulation, it was quite easy to convince everyone in the organization to adopt the change. Levers like using walking the talk, holding town hall meetings, telling success story were quite helpful. To conclude, I would like to say that the simulation helped me to understand how the power influence varies and how we can convince the different members in the organization according to our power and influence in the organization. Thank you so much.